Did you know that even though there are tens of thousands of words in the English language, you really only need about 3,000 of them to say anything you need to say? I'm teaching 3,000 words in 3,000 days. Stick with me and you'll get a new word every day. Relevant. Relevant. Relevant means that it is applicable. It is in context. Pertinent. Appropriate. To the point, you might say that's really to the point. Or useful, or suitable. So relevant, if something is relevant, then it means that we can use it. It's appropriate. We can, it fits in this context, so it's contextual. Often when I'm teaching, I find that sometimes I have a student who seems to ask irrelevant questions, questions that don't have to do with what I'm teaching. And I would like the questions to be relevant. But what I've learned from being a student myself and sometimes asking irrelevant questions, so that's the opposite, is irrelevant. Irrelevant. What I've learned is that the question is always relevant, but the student may not understand, or the student may not be able to communicate how that question is relevant to them, why they're asking it. So a teacher may assume that the question is just irrelevant when really there is a piece of foundational knowledge that the student doesn't have and needs to be taught something. So relevant means it's applicable, it's pertinent, it's appropriate. Her comments were not relevant to the topic we were discussing, so the teacher asked her to refocus. Relevant to the topic. So here, relevant means closely connected to the subject being considered. It's used to signal focus or importance in academic and formal settings. Before the trial, the lawyer gathered all the relevant documents to support her case. So relevant documents would be the documents that have something to do with that case. The film is especially relevant today because it addresses climate change and environmental justice. So it's timely, it's socially important, it's relevant. It's part of what we talk about in the larger conversation. This use suggests the content has current social and cultural significance. Make sure your experience is relevant when applying for a job. They're looking for people with digital marketing skills. So relevant experience. If I apply for a job and I put everything that I've done, including babysitting, and I was a ski instructor for a while, back 30 years ago. If I put that I was a ski instructor and I'm applying to be, I don't know, an English teacher, maybe that's a relevant experience, or maybe it's not a relevant experience. You might say, how is that relevant? I was teaching large groups, or I was teaching in a different language or something. Maybe it is relevant, but maybe it's not. I also worked at Wendy's when I was a teenager. And I never put that on a resume because I'm not working in food service at all. It's not relevant. So make sure that your experience is relevant when applying for a job. He kept bringing up irrelevant points, which made the meeting drag on unnecessarily. So irrelevant is the opposite of relevant. And so in this sentence, relevant contributes to the productivity and clarity, where irrelevant means it went just sideways. This is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So if something is relevant, it matters. It has a place here. The opposite of relevant is irrelevant. The noun is relevance. Relevance. The relevance of this topic. Relevance is the noun. The verb is relate. So relate, relevant. The adjective is relevance. Relevantly is the adverb. Relevantly. He spoke relevantly about the topic. It was on point. I really hope that you enjoyed this word. Use it 5 times today. Write it down. Commit it to memory. And I'll see you in the next lesson.